Bab man nama awwal al-layli wa ahya akhirahu. Man nama, the person who sleeps, awwal al-layl, in the first part of the night. Wa ahya akhirahu, and he wakes up in akhirahu, the last part of it. So he sleeps first, and then he remains awake for the rest of the night. Earlier we learned that it's best that if a person sleeps first, then he wakes up, and then he sleeps again, and then wakes up again for Fajr. But here we see, just divide the night into two sections. First part for sleeping, and the second part for staying awake. وَقَالَ سَلْمَانُ لِأَبِي الدَّرْدَاءِ, and Salman radiallahu anhu, he said to Abu Darda radiallahu anhuma, Nam, sleep. فَلَمَّا كَانَ مِنْ آخِرِ اللَّيْلِ, then when it was the last part of the night, قَالَ قُمْ, he said, get up. قَالَ النَّبِيُّ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وسلم, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, when he heard that this is what Salman said to Abu Darda, صَدَقَ Salman. Salman was truthful. Imam Bukhari is referring to a hadith over here. Right? And this is a very beautiful hadith. We learned that Salman radiallahu anhu, Salman al-Farisi, and Abu Darda radiallahu anhu, both of these companions, they were made brothers of each other. Remember in Medina, there was ukhuwa. In fact, even before Medina, in Makkah also there was ukhuwa fil Islam. Right? So these two were made brothers. So what happened, that one day Salman Farisi radiallahu anhu came to visit Abu Darda, and when he came to his house, he saw that Abu Darda was not there, his wife was, and his wife was not really in a good condition. Right? In a good condition as in, when a woman is happy in her house, in her family, it shows. By the way she's dressed up, by the way that the state of the house is, right? By her appearance, by her language, by her mood, it shows. And when a woman is unhappy in her relationship, right, then what happens? That also shows. In her appearance, in the state of the house, in her language, in her mood, it shows. So he saw that she was not really in a good state. So he asked her that, where's your husband? So she said that, your brother has no interest in this world. Your brother has no interest in this world. Right? It came out. So Salman Farisi radiallahu anhu waited for Abu Darda to come. Waited for him. When Abu Darda radiallahu anhu came, Salman Farisi radiallahu anhu told him, let's eat. So he said, you eat, I'm fasting. So Salman Farisi radiallahu anhu told him, break your fast. You're going to eat right now. So he made him break his fast. It was a voluntary fast. So they ate. It was difficult for Abu Darda radiallahu anhu, but he did, finally. And then Salman Farisi radiallahu anhu decided to stay for the night. Right? What happened as the night fell? Abu Darda, he got up in order to pray. So Salman Farisi radiallahu anhu told him, no, sleep right now. Nam. Sleep first. He said, no, but I want to pray. No, you sleep first. Made him sleep. And then, as we see here, فَلَمَّا كَانَ مِنْ آخِرِ اللَّيْلِ قَالَ قُمْ. When it was the last part of the night, he said, okay, now you can get up and pray. So then he got up and prayed, and the next day he went and complained to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Right? He made me break my fast, and he didn't let me pray at night, and this happened and that happened, and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Salman was right. Sadaqa. Why was he right? Because inna li nafsika alayka haqq wa inna li zawjika alayka haqq. Right? Your body has a right on you, your spouse has a right on you, your Lord has a right on you. فَأَعْطِي كُلَّ ذِي حَقٍّ حَقَّهُ. These are the words of the hadith, that you give every deserver of a right his right. Meaning whatever he deserves, you give that to him. What your spouse deserves, you give that to them. What your body deserves, you give that to them. And of course, what your Lord has asked you for, you give that also. You do that also. And this is how you maintain balance. أَعْطِي كُلَّ ذِي حَقٍّ حَقَّهُ. And so for that, you see, if we are sleeping all night long, every night, alright, and yes, we're praying through the day, that's fine. You are praying at some point during your 24 hours, but yes, your body has a right, and your Lord has a right. Alright? So sleep, and also worship your Lord. حدثنا أبو الوليد حدثنا شعبة وحدثني سليمان قال حدثنا شعبة عن أبي إسحاق عن الأسود قال سألت عائشة رضي الله عنها Aswad said that I asked Aisha radiallahu anha, كيف صلاة النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم بالليل? How was the prayer of the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم in the night? How did he pray? قالت, she said, that كان ينام أوله, he would sleep in the first part of the night, ويقوم آخره, and he would get up and pray in the last part of the night. فيصلي, then he would pray. ثم يرجع إلى فراشه, then he would return to his bed, meaning after his prayer, he would return to his bed, meaning lie down again, waiting for Fajr. فإذا أذن المؤذن, then when the mu'adhin would pronounce the adhan, وثب, he would get up right away. فإن كان به حاجة, then if he had a need, اغتسل, he would perform the ghusl. وإلا, and if not, توضأ, he would just perform wudu. وخرج, and he would go out, meaning to perform the prayer, Fajr prayer. So what do we see in this hadith? Aisha radiallahu anha said that he would sleep in the first part, and then he would get up and pray in the next part of the night. But even after the tahajjud, what would he do? After witr, he would lie down again, alright, waiting for the adhan. Now this doesn't mean that he would go into deep sleep, he would just lie down, or maybe light sleep. Alright? And then you see these words, that when the mu'adhin would make the adhan, wathaba. Wathaba means qama bisur'a. He would get up quickly, in an instant. In an instant. Does that make a difference? Let's say you are lying in your bed, and what happens? You hear the adhan or you hear the alarm, and you're like, okay, I'll get up. And then you're just thinking. Right? And then you're like, let me check my phone. And then you start checking that. And then what's going to happen? Let me just rest for a few more minutes. And then finally you get up. Lazily. You just barely make it to the bathroom. Right? What happens is that when you get up slowly, it's even more difficult to get up. But when you get up quickly, right away, then it's easier to get up. Isn't it? It's obvious. When you get lethargic and lazy, you make things more difficult for yourself. And when you do things quickly, you make it easier for yourself. So, wathaba. And we see here that if there was a need to do ghusl, he would do ghusl. And this is of course referring to if he was in a state of janaba, he would perform ghusl to pray. And if not, then he would just do wudu. And this shows to us that it is permissible to sleep in the state of janaba. Bab Qiyam al-Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam